Hey, what's going on YouTube? I posted my snowmobiles up on Facebook the other day, and I had the 37s on this one, and I had a lot of people asking me, how did you get those tires and wheels mounted on there? And it's actually pretty simple. It doesn't take much work, but you are going to need a couple tools. So I'm gonna go with you kind of a step-by-step analysis, cost, and how I made them, and we'll go from there. So first of all, we have a 95 Arctic Cat 700 water cooled. We picked this sled up for a couple $100. I don't give a shit if it gets ruined. It's a great sled. It's already been beat up from the previous owner. We're gonna run it as it is. So you're gonna need some tools before you even start any of this. A welder, a chop saw grinder, and a drill. I mean, you don't necessarily need a welder, but it's probably recommended, and it'll make your job a lot easier. So, commandeer a welder, go over to your buddy's house, weld this up real fast. I've got it on the 220 Lincoln, slap some beads on there. They're not pretty, they're just there to hold, and that's it. So let's get into this. So let's start off with our 95 Arctic Cat here. We have trailer hubs with a half shaft and a piece of channel. So this is a 5x4.5 trailer hub that's rated for like 2,500 pounds or something, attached to a small half shaft that they sell at the trailer place with these. And that small half shaft goes into there to about here. And then you just have a piece of channel, and that's welded on the back side of it. Then as you can see, I took pieces of channel, and they're not very straight, but cut some little grooves out of there, welded them on, drilled them, bolted it right to the ski, right where the ski location would be. Bolted right up, and it holds up good. So we have these are little go-kart tires and wheels we picked up for about $100 from our local tire shop. And the trailer hubs and wheels weren't as cheap. They were about $117 if I'm right. So you're gonna spend a couple $100 if you kind of want to do it this way. Now, if you have your own trailer hubs or axle, which actually that piece of channel came out of, you can make them your own. So this is a 1977 Arctic Cat 5000. I think it's a 500cc if I'm right. Air cooled. I love this sled. We're gonna probably screw it up though. So this is what we got. Basically, you have a perch, a top perch, and a bottom perch. So this top one actually bolts, you can see where that bolts up together. Don't mind the welds, I slapped it together yesterday, I don't really care. So this trailer hub assembly was actually like one of those pull behind lawnmower cart deals, whatever, and it works great. So I cut that in half. I used the other pieces of channel for that one. But essentially, when you get your skis off some of these older sleds, you'll have a perch like this. So here's your top, and that's where it would bolt in right there. And you have a bottom. This is a perfect piece to use when making these. So unbolt these, unbolt, get a longer bolt, and bolt it in right through there. With that done, you can figure out your position of your wheels, why it's bolted, and then clock it and weld it. Now I highly recommend you weld these with toe out. If you weld these with toe in, you're in for a ride. You're probably gonna crash, because I almost did several times. I thought it would be good enough just to bolt them in and not worry about it. Well, yesterday proved that wrong, and I almost did crash. So give yourself a little bit of toe out. And as you can see on these, they almost look like they're towed in just a little bit. It's hard to tell. They might be ish, but they're pretty fairly straight. This one goes down the road extremely straight. So does that one. They're really, really stable. If you have toe in, most people who say these aren't unstable, it's because of that reason. But that's about it, guys. Now, I do want to say these are 5x4.5. Get that lug pattern. Don't run 4-lug. I went and bought 4-lug trailer hubs and ended up returning them because tires and wheels aren't as common. But if they're 5x4.5, which most of you know, will fit some kind of older Dodge, Jeep, Ford, probably GM lug pattern. 5x4.5 is super common. It's basically the same metric, 5x114, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But we actually threw the 37s on here, and it has plenty of power to get this thing driving down the road. It just doesn't turn for shit. And then, with that being said, you don't have much braking either because you have barely any of the track on the ground with the higher tires, but that's all part of the fun. This thing rips. I haven't been able to get into it full throttle yet, but I got up to about 70 miles an hour, and it's insane. This thing scoots. No hesitation. But of course, that's the 700. The smaller Arctic Cat back there, haven't really got into that one either, but it's a ton of fun just to putt around. And I know what people are already saying. You're gonna fuck the track up. You're gonna screw up the Hyfax. You'll blow the engine. Yada yada yada. Do this at your own risk, guys. Like, this is something you're just gonna throw together, and if these run for a couple days, it's good enough. With that being said, if you drive them for only a slow time and you don't get on them for a long period of time, you let them cool down, you lubricate the Hyfax and all the good stuff in the track, you could probably get several months of use out of this, even where you could throw the skis back on and run them. And that's why I only bolted these into place. I could have welded that bolt through there and made this a permanent fixture, but I want to be able to throw the skis back on here in the winter. Whether or not this engine lasts that long, well, I don't know yet, but we'll get there when we get there. So yeah, summer fun idea. That is how you bolt the tires and to the ski location. They run, they drive great. Like I said, give yourself some toe out and have fun. God, these sleds are amazing. They are a ton of fun. They turn 3 times better than one would with skis on it. And I guarantee you will not regret putting tires and wheels on a snowmobile. So if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, post them up in there in the comment section down below. And I'll try to get back to everybody. And hopefully you guys have some fun. I'll try to post some footage of going down the road and have some fun. So thank you guys a lot, and I'll talk to you next time. Peace.